This is Anne. I wanted to share a journal I completed recently, and I'm going to mail it this afternoon to the recipient. It's a Witchy journal, so I thought that this fabric cover made a lot of sense. It looks kind of otherworldly-like, or outer spacey-like. This journal has a spine dangle, and it would sit up on the bookshelf and be very pretty. It's made with old jewelry pieces, laces, ribbons, just something pretty to look on the book or look at the book when it's sitting on the shelf. And it comes off with a bulldog clip, so it can be removed to easy journaling. This collection of papers I used was from the Digital Design Club, and it was called the Hedge Witch papers, and I really enjoyed them. I've used them several times in books, and I print on premium presentation paper. And right now I'm liking the paper I get from Office Depot, but I've heard some others might be better, but who knows? We'll try it and see. This was printed on Office Depot premium photo paper, premium presentation paper, excuse me. And all the printables were from that kit. But I've added music pages, and some of the pages I've added some tea-stained lace to them. I made pockets and have a little information about the different Wiccan holidays. I have some glassine envelopes in here. I think there's 3 of them that I just made some little notepads out of tea-stained lined tablet paper that I cut down and just put a piece of kind of scrap on the book, on the top, and I sewed it, stitched it, so it would stay together. This page was kind of unique because the pink is avocado dyed paper, and I wanted the other side of it to wrap around and become a little tuck spot. And so this side I wanted to extend it, so I added a coin envelope, and then I added a tag to it. I'll get the tag out. And this tag I used a masterboard of a lot of scrap pieces from this kit to make a big 12 by 12 cover, a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, old scrapbook paper that I didn't want. And then I cut it up and made tags out of it. And I think that's all I made out of this one. Sometimes you can use the masterboards to make journal cards too. This was a pocket and tag that was in the kit, and I added brown paper to it. I like to extend things and not just use the kits. This was just some lined tablet paper, and here I added a music page and inked around it, and then I added another tag from the kit. Lots of journaling spots. This was a skinny envelope, a skinny sack. I don't know where it came from, but I saved it, and then here's another little piece off that masterboard. Made a cute little tag, and I used some of the ribbons I used, like this was just part of that fabric off the cover of the book, leftover fabric. Now this is a corner tuck spot that you lift up and you've got more journaling space, but I used some of that, I think they call it eyelash yarn, and just made a kind of a swirl in there, glued it on, and then I just used a circle punch and cut out some decorative elements from the papers and glued it on there. But it makes a nice little spot for another tag, and this one was off that masterboard. Here's another pocket. This one is a library pocket. I got these set of, and they're just white when you get them, tea stained them, and then tea or coffee, I'm not sure which. And then I put another piece of the fabric from the cover on there because there was little scraps being around, and then decorated the front of the pocket. And that's just book pages I added, and more information about Wiccan holidays. Book pages, and this is getting to be the center of the book, and I used vellum because I think those pages showing through look very nice. And this paper is so soft, and it's just got a really nice feel to it, and it's heavy duty. So here's book pages and book pages. Here's another pocket with information in it. Here's a page of, I think this one was just tea-stained paper. I put some tea-stained lace on it. This is kind of different. This is a brown envelope, and I embossed it, and then I used ink pad upside down to highlight the embossing so it would show up. And then I made these little cards. I made two. This one is cinnamon bark, but I used tea paper from a used tea bag. I take them apart, iron the paper, and then I can use it on something like this. And this is just a little mini index card. And then put a label on there. Made it, of course, made it look old. And then here's the other end of that bag, sack, excuse me, with another little journaling card in there. And this was a little bookmark that was in the kit on brown paper. Here's that avocado dyed paper that I folded over, and I needed a large journaling card for it. So this was off the masterboard. So you can use your scraps up. And, there's lots of ways to use your scraps. Not that I've used mine at all. I have big bins of them, and I'm going to start doing that. And here's the other part of the music page. Here's another pocket and card that came with the kit. And that's the end of our first signature. Now the second signature starts here. And here's the music page with information about the Wiccan holidays. Here's another music page pocket with a tag in it. And brown paper. And here's another one of those glassine envelopes that and I used a little bit different papers on each one of the tops of these, so they'd all be a little different. And here's my book page, part of the kit paper. And here's that paper on here. And then here's more of the kit paper. And here's a book page that I put, because these book pages are pretty sturdy on this page. So I put the lace on it, put pocket on it here, put the library card pocket on the back of it. And this was just another piece of tea stain paper on this side. Pretty much my signatures have all the same things in them, just a little bit different order. And these were all parts of the kit. Now this was a card deck of divination cards. There was like 8 of them in the set. And what I did, I printed them on the premium paper, and then I Mod Podged them. And then on both sides, well, I Mod Podged them, but before I did that, I glued a scrapbook paper on the back that kind of looked like a, playing card to it. And so I Mod Podged them on both sides, and then I took the wax paper, put it on the top of it, and put a flour sack tea towel down and ironed the wax paper on it until it stuck, and then you had to pull that off, and it gives it a really nice leathery feel almost. So it gives it a really unique feel. I'm anxious to try that method on something else. And this is like a little incense holder. So this book is full of aromas. This one happens to be wood spice, and if she doesn't like that, whoever gets this book can put their own incense in it. And here's more tea-stained lace on here. Now this embossed envelope, I just made a little book and put it in there using leftover paper, and I had this just kind of plain creamy white paper to make the little booklet out of. That can be lots of notes. And there's more paper, and here's the more paper, and here's another envelope and pocket, pocket and tag that were in the kit. Here's another music page envelope, and then here's the tag that I made to go with it, and brown paper, and more information on Wiccan holidays. Here's another corner tuck spot, and this one, it also flips up, and then here's the tag I made off that masterboard. I think it's very useful to make those masterboards, because then you can make lots of either tags, or they just go together very quickly, especially when you're doing them with a book in mind. Then you can kind of plan the masterboard according to what the colors are in the book, and you could do journaling cards or whatnot with it. And so here's another music pocket, and this tag is a griffin on there. And we're going to ignore the telephone and just let it ring, because it'll ring twice and then it will go away, and that's all right. It says it's unavailable, and I'm unavailable to them right now. And here's another page of the digital kit. And here's more just paper in a pocket. Here's the other one of these avocado papers I put in, and a little different bookmark. But it's here again, it was using that masterboard technique to make the pocket with. And here's another one of the library card pockets. I think you get about 50 of those, and 50 pockets and 50 cards in the kit off of Amazon. Here's another one of those little sacks. I only had 2 of those little sacks, skinny sacks, and so I was able to use them to get you with that masterboard thing. Here's another music pocket, and another tag for journaling, or whatever you want to use it for. And just more of the paper from the DigiKit, and more paper from the DigiKit. And here's our last of the little corner tuck spots. And here's another masterboard tag. And here's our last little pocket from that little skinny sack. And this one, embossed envelope, this is kind of swirls in this one, and it has whole cloves, so they're kind of aromatic too. This would be a good book to somebody who wanted to put some sprigs of mint or even rosemary in the book, because they smell good over time, and when you open up your book, it smells really good. Here's another one of those avocado dyed wraparound pages. Makes a little tuck spot so you can put in another journal card or tag. And then I see an envelope with another one of these little envelope tablet things. And then we have another one of these little bookmarks from the kit. And we have a nice fancy little lady on there. And I think this is our last bookmark. And this was a masterboard one. And that's the end of the book. And with the same paper on the outside cover, on the back cover, as was in the inside cover. So it's a 9 by 6 book, because it holds 8.5 by 11 papers when they're folded. You don't have to do lots of trimming. Thank you.